So I'd like to call this meeting today, this September 29th, 2021. We'd like to acknowledge that the that the offices of the Wilfrid Laurier University Students Union are on the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee people. As for regrets, I've received none, with the exception that Director Shandok is a bit late and will be coming shortly on to the meeting. As for the adoption of the agenda, so the agenda will consist of comments of the chair of the board and CEO, which is myself, comments from the president and CEO, followed by comments of the executive director and CEO, followed by election updates, and then an in-camera session to discuss certain matters regarding operations and the election. And then after that, for new business announcements and adjournment. So can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Motion by Director Del Giudice, seconded by Director Bothwell. Would you like to speak to your motion? Any discussion on the matter? As I see none, then all those in favor, Director Bothwell?
I approve.
So I think you're muted.
I approve.
I think you're still muted, but I'm assuming that's an approve. Can you give me a thumbs up?
I can hear.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
I
thank
can
you.
hear.
I can hear.
Del Giudice?
Can any?
I approve.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I think it's on my end. It's muted. Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Director Del Giudice, you approve. Thank you. Director May.
I approve.
Thank you. Director McCarthy.
I approve.
Director Symington.
I approve.
Director Vale.
I approve.
And Vice Chair Sneedy.
I approve.
Motion passes unanimous consent. As for conflict of interest, are there any conflicts of interest to declare today? As I see none, we continue forward to comments of the chair of the board and CGOs. So I have a couple comments to make regarding the fall election updates with myself and the CRO. So I'll wait until that part of the agenda tonight. So unless there's any other questions regarding anything else that anyone can think about since our last meeting, if now is the time to ask. If not, then we can move on to comments from the president and CEO. So I'll pass off to President Yamloff.
I have no updates as of right now. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, President Yamloff. Moving on to the executive director and COO, Champagne.
I also have no updates for now.
Okay, excellent. So just moving on to fall by-election updates. So me and the CRO have hired a DRO on the Brantford campus. Her name is Ashley, and I might butcher her last name. I believe it is Ramhan. The committee came together on Monday and interviewed the candidates that we had, and she was the one that was chosen. We've already had the training session. She's already been onboarded by HR. So she's in the process of basically facilitating the election on the Brantford campus and hiring a team of election volunteers. In terms of the election, so we're in the process of testing the election system with ICT, with Andre. So we're just waiting on the final bits of information from the pool of candidates as well as confirmations, and then the test will begin tomorrow. So once that test is confirmed, we'll send a report back to the board to confirm the efficacy of the test so that it abides by our constitution. We are also beginning the process of hiring election volunteers on the Waterloo campus. So a nice little shameless plug, if you guys know anyone who would be interested in volunteering for the 3 days for the election period, send them out. We have the job description posted. So a great opportunity to have someone to see CRR. So yeah, so that goes into my updates there. Is there any questions for anyone? CRO Del Giudice, do you think I've left anything else regarding those updates of kind of the recent happenings of the past couple of days?
There is one more thing I'd like to touch on, and that is the open forums. So due to some extenuating circumstances, we had to move the open forum dates. The first day for the open forum will now be on Friday, October 1st at 12 p.m. And considering that our campaign period ends on Monday the 4th, I am proposing that we move the second date to Saturday the 2nd. I'd like to put a motion on the board for the board to adopt this. I want to go this way for more transparency and so everyone's on board.
Yes, so can I get a motion on the table to modify the election schedule to shift the opening forums to Friday, October 1st, as well as Saturday, October 2nd. Motion by Director Bothwell, seconded by Director Symington. Would you like to speak to your motion? Any discussion to matter? I do have a discussion matter. So this is a good opportunity. Would the board think it would be prudent to have two separate open forums, or do you think we should just have one big open forum and separate into two sections, kind of like how it's done during the annual general meetings? Any thoughts? That's Director Vale.
Yeah, my thinking will be maybe I think just to have one, because I think it sounds like, if I'm not mistaken, the second one would be proposed for Saturday.
Mhm.
Is that correct? I believe that was the motion I heard, correct?
Cyril Del Giudice.
Yes, it would be Saturday the 2nd at 12 p.m.
Yeah, so my concern would be that you're not going to get as good of a turnout with respect to this if you're putting it on a Saturday. I think you're probably going to have better success with having it maybe on the Friday, like being a weekday for sort of engagement.
Okay. I guess Director Del Giudice or Cyril Del Giudice.
Yeah, I do think it should be on one day, mainly because we don't have to transfer between campuses in order to do one Waterloo, one Brantford. Everything will be online. So I do think it would be beneficial to go on just one day.
Okay. Excellent. Director Bothwell.
Okay, well, first of all, I thought Director Del Giudice, sorry, I can't say the last name right now. I thought he was saying we needed a second one. I am of the opinion that if we have two dates of open forum, people have classes on Friday at noon. Like, I know I often have classes on Fridays. So if we want all candidates to be able to attend and like to be more inclusive, I think we need to have both dates. Like, unless every single director candidate like has said, I can attend this day, I am kind of the strong belief we probably need 2 days.
Okay. Director Vale.
Yeah, and I think and Director Bothwell does have a point, and that kind of leads me to the thing is that I'm assuming, and maybe I don't want to be too presumptuous here, but I'm assuming that this can be live streamed to the Student Union Facebook and or the YouTube channel as well, so that students who and like of the members of the organization effectively, if they can't attend the live Zoom meeting, they still have an opportunity to sort of watch and engage. Is that correct? Is that sort of your plan, or?
So I can speak to this, and then the Cyril can fill in any gaps that I'm missing. So the plan is to have it on Zoom currently and to be live stream recorded. The live streaming, I'm working with the core because I know they have some capabilities that they normally do to like live stream their debates and things like that, right? So that's what I'm working in regards to core, but it'll be moderated by either myself and the CRO, depending on which section it is, with the gallery able to ask questions too as well. That's the current plan moving forward so far. In the chat there, Director Bothwell mentioned that the point is more for candidates who may not be able to attend. I guess that might open up a good opportunity for the gallery, because I do see that we have some of our candidates here. Maybe you would like to speak on this. Is the current schedule with just a singular date on Friday? So the proposed schedule with this singular on Friday or versus the Friday and Saturday, which one do you think is much more beneficial to your time schedule, or just the general campaign? Yeah. Okay. Okay, yes, Eric.
Hi. So just speaking like for myself, like I had like planned my next 2 weeks around the original dates. So I don't think like the Friday and Saturday will be able to attend regardless. But that's just for me.
Okay. Thank you for your comments, Eric. Going back to Director Del Giudice. So is it just me or is he frozen?
He's frozen.
That facial reaction is such a mood though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, do we have any other, so yeah, so as Director Bothwell mentioned in the chat here, we have only 2 candidates here. And this might warrant a broader discussion, but I will also be wary that this is of a bit of a time sensitive situation, since technically speaking, a week from now will be in the voting period, right? So we could potentially have the forms on 2 days, but we also have to think about what's administratively feasible too as well, right? Yes, Director Vale.
And maybe this is just a point, but personally, I mean, I didn't really, I certainly see the value in the open forums, but I don't think, like in my view from, obviously being in the election last year, like my schedule didn't, permit me to attend the board of directors portions. And I certainly didn't feel that it had a major impact or really, so I'm not trying to diminish the open forums, but I guess what I'm saying is it's probably not the be all end all either, if we can't have everybody there.
So I'm just trying to make a record note of the Wi-Fi problems. Okay. Oh, yes, Director Sewington.
I definitely see where Director Vale is coming from. With that said, if I'm not mistaken, this time the by-elections are strictly directors, right? So I feel like in that case, there might be, I feel like everyone might deserve a little bit more information, a little bit more to go off if that's like strictly what they're going to be voting for. But I do see where you're coming from. If I could, maybe I'm behind on this, maybe I missed it. Why did we change from the original date again?
Would the Sierra like to take this one or should I?
Sure. So there were some issues with nomination packages. Some of the signatures couldn't go through, so we had to extend the nomination period briefly. And because we had to extend the period briefly, we had to extend the dates for the open forums. Yeah.
And another reason why to administratively behind the scenes this weekend was homecoming. And a lot of processes had to be put on pause due to that, right? I'm sure you're very much aware of the amount of duty donning that had to go on that weekend, right? So you can understand that a hiatus had to be placed on a lot of things there. So, so yeah. Going back to Director Del Giudice.
Yeah, in terms, I don't know if this was brought up yet when I was out due to my Wi-Fi issues, but if needed, I'm more than happy to send an email to the candidates asking if they're all available on Friday. If they are available, if they are all available at the given time, I think it's a good idea to have the 1 day. However, if some of them can't make it, let's say if they have a class or a prior commitment, then maybe we can go to the 2-day option. Just some thoughts.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Nicholas, you have the floor.
Yeah, I just want to, I guess while I'm here, having it been pushed back to Friday and then hearing that, I've made provisions to be available, just on short notice. And I think that, opening up another day this short is going to be difficult for me. And I'm not sure what it's going to look like for the other candidates, but definitely 1 day was difficult enough opening my schedule this short notice, and then doing that again is going to certainly cause more problems. So maybe something to keep in mind.
Thank you for those comments, Nicholas. Director Bothwell.
Hi. So I do like understand where Nicholas is coming from with like only being available for one day, but like with an open forum, if it's being like recorded and available for everyone to watch, it's more so like even if you can only attend one of the days, it's just like as long as everyone has an opportunity to speak and be heard. Like it doesn't I don't think it's a big deal if you can only make one of the two, as long as you have the opportunity to like kind of say your piece, so to speak. So I just like I just wanted to stress it's probably no big deal if you can only attend one, but I just think having two gives everyone the opportunity, if they can't go on the Friday, if they could make the Saturday, it allows them to be heard.
I could potentially suggest a compromise here, if I may be so prudent, which is that we can have a motion to change it pending a email sent out to the candidates, right? But if not, then keep it at the Friday at noon time, since that's where administratively we are at. But then have an option that for candidates who are unable to go, we can set up a separate Zoom call and we can ask them the questions. And then basically we can just have that posted on the same place where we would normally post the rest of the open forums. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because in the past anyways, in the general annual meeting, the CRO would request everyone to send in like a quick video introduction about themselves. So it would pretty much suffice the same way, except it'll be like an open forum, but on a date sometime from now to the a half an hour before I guess the voting period starts on Tuesday. So that could be a compromise, right? Does that make sense? Certainly a little bit more work on the CRO and I's end, but in terms of workload, we will be having discussion about that with the board too as well, to plan the strategy for the upcoming days to help make sure that the implementation is the best as possible. Yes, Director Bothwell again.
No, with that in mind, I just thought I would put a motion on the table for the DRO to, that's what you are, right?
CRO.
For the CRO to send an email to the candidates and give them the option that if they can't make it on the Friday, to have a separate Zoom recording.
Okay, so motion by Director Bothwell, seconded by Director Symington. Would you like to speak to your motion? Any discussion of matter? As I see none. All those in favor? Director Bothwell?
I approve.
Do we have Director Gergensen is not here. Director Del Giudice.
I approve.
Okay. Director May.
I approve.
Director McCarthy.
I approve.
Director Symington.
I approve.
Director Vale.
I approve.
And Vice Chair Sneedy.
I approve.
Okay, thank you so much. So we will send an email to candidates and get that sorted out. Next, we're going to have the board motion to go into camera, discuss some operations as well as some additional fall by-election updates. So can I get a motion to table to go on camera? Motion by Director Del Giudice, seconded by Director Vale. Would you like to speak to your motion? Any discussion on the matter? I see none. All those in favor, Director Bothwell,
I approve.
Director Del Giudice,
I approve.
Director May,
I approve.
Director McCarthy,
I approve.
Director Symington,
I approve.
Director Vale,
I approve.
Vice Chair Sneedy.
I approve.
Thank you so much. And for everyone in the gallery, thank you so much for attending. We look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail again.